Everyone told them to buy in Wauwatosa. They almost did, but then they ran the numbers. Welcome back. I'm John Rozek. I work with buyers all across Milwaukee and Waukesha County. And one of the most common things I see is buyers who already decided where they want to live before they've actually compared their options. So today I'm doing the comparison for you. Same price, right around $350,000, 3 suburbs, real homes that actually sold. And by the end of this, you're going to have a much clearer picture of where your money goes the furthest. Let's get into it. So let's start with Wauwatosa, because it's always the first suburb people mention. And look, I've talked about Wauwatosa before. It's a great area. But today I want to show you something specific about what $350,000 actually gets you there, because at this price point, Wauwatosa has a ceiling. This home on North 99th Street sold for exactly $350,000 in May of this year. 3 bedrooms, 2 full bathrooms, almost 1,200 square feet above grade. Corner lot, built in 1936, fully remodeled. New roof, updated kitchen, sunroom, finished basement, walkable to the zoo, Wauwatosa School District. It's genuinely a nice home. I'm not going to sit here and tell you otherwise. But here's what I want you to notice. 1,190 square feet, and taxes are at $5,485 per year. In Wauwatosa, $350,000 buys you a smaller, older home, even a renovated one, because you're paying a premium for the address. That's just the reality of this market. The location has value, the neighborhood has value. But the house itself, the actual square footage, the lot size, the physical space you're living in, that's where Wauwatosa asks you to compromise. And for some buyers, that compromise is absolutely worth it. If you're working nearby, if you want to walk to dinner on a Tuesday night, if the neighborhood energy matters more to you than the square footage, Wauwatosa at $350,000 still makes sense. But if you're sitting there thinking, I want more house for my money, keep watching, because the next 2 suburbs are going to get your attention. Now, let's talk about West Allis, because this is the one people sleep on. This home on South 94th Street sold for $355,000 in February of this year. 3 bedrooms, 1.5 baths, 1,461 square feet. Brick ranch, fully renovated, with quartz counters, marble backsplash, refinished hardwood floors, updated bathroom, finished basement with a half bath already stubbed for a full shower, fenced yard, pergola, steps to La Follette Park, sold in 2 days. Taxes on this one, $4,117. That's $1,368 less per year than the Wauwatosa home. Over 10 years, you're keeping almost $14,000 that the Tosa buyer is not. And West Allis has been quietly getting better for years. New restaurants, new bars, and people who bought there 5 years ago look pretty smart right now. It's close to everything. You're not adding meaningful time to your commute, and your dollar goes noticeably further. The trade is walkability. West Allis doesn't have that village energy. What it has instead is a renovated home, a lower tax bill, a finished basement, and a neighborhood that's on its way up. If you want a move-in ready home, a yard, and more money left in your pocket every single month, does that sound like you? And then there's Greenfield. This one's gonna change how some of you think about your search. This home on South 39th Street sold for $350,000 in February of this year. 4 bedrooms, 2 full bathrooms, 1,471 square feet, Cape Cod, remodeled throughout, finished hardwood floors, high-end kitchen finishes, finished basement with a full bath in the Greenfield School District. And the tax bill, $3,346. Let me put that in perspective. The Wauwatosa buyer is paying $5,485 in taxes. The Greenfield buyer is paying $3,346. That's $2,139 less every single year. And over 10 years, That's over $21,000 back in your pocket. And Greenfield gives you an extra bedroom. Now, Greenfield doesn't get talked about the way Wauwatosa does. It doesn't have the same name recognition. But here's what it does have. Greenfield schools, solid neighborhoods, easy access to everything on the south side, and real value that most buyers walk right past because nobody told them to look there. The buyers I work with who end up in Greenfield are usually the ones who did the homework. They compared, they ran the numbers, and they walked away with more house, lower taxes, and a neighborhood they're genuinely happy in. If you want 4 bedrooms, Greenfield schools, and the lowest tax bill of all 3, does that sound like you? So let's put it all side by side. Same price, 3 completely different outcomes. Wauwatosa, 1,190 square feet, fully remodeled, $5,485 in taxes, walkable, you're paying for the zip code, and it's worth it if that lifestyle matters to you. West Allis, 1,461 square feet, fully renovated, $4,117 in taxes, move-in ready, underrated, on its way up. And Greenfield, 1,471 square feet, 4 bedrooms, $3,346 in taxes. Greenfield schools, the best value of the 3, and most buyers never even consider it. And same as always, none of these is the wrong answer. They're just different answers depending on what you actually want. The mistake I see buyers make isn't choosing the wrong suburb, it's choosing a suburb before they've actually compared them. They hear Wauwatosa, they get excited, and they never look at what else $350,000 can do for them. Now you know. So if you're in this price range and trying to figure out where to start, reach out. My info is in the description. I work across all 3 of these areas, and I'm happy to walk you through what's actually available right now. And if you haven't seen the $500,000 version of this video, that one's linked below. Same format, 3 different suburbs, worth watching back to back. As always, thank you for watching, and remember, whatever move you make next, make sure it's a smart one. I'll see you next week.